Hey everybody, Captain Silvertooth here from Infographic News for Kids. Today is Thursday, February 28th of 2019. How is your Thursday going? I hope it's going absolutely positively fantastic because I wouldn't want you to have a bad day. Our mission is to inform the youth of all nations of the world being created for them to inherit. Our constitutional quote for today is the 24th Amendment of the United States Constitution, which reads, "The right of citizens of the United States to vote in primary or other elections for president or vice president or for senators or representatives in Congress shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or any state by reason of failure to pay any poll or tax or other tax." In my video on Tuesday, I asked you guys what is the purpose of the 23rd Amendment. It was the constitutional question. The purpose of the 23rd Amendment was to treat the District of Columbia as if it were a state for electoral colleges, thereby giving residents of the districts the right to have their votes counted in presidential elections. And now for the news. Judge rules Planned Parenthood clinic in Missouri cannot resume abortions. Yippee! Now we just need 49 more states to go. Point blank. No more abortions. That baby has the right to live just like you do. Do not abort your child. It is not fair. And yes, I know life isn't fair, but I don't find killing a baby before it's even had its time on earth is at all fair. And I do not think you should do it. And I think it is sad and devastating. And just the thought of it makes my soul hurt. Like, imagine if you were aborted and you weren't on this earth. Well, I'm not trying to put you guys down or anything, but like that's how I think about it sometimes. I'm just like, what if that was you who was aborted? You wouldn't be able to say what you're saying right this second. You wouldn't be able to say, "Stop, I'm going to watch Captain Silvertooth's Infographic News for Kids today." You wouldn't be able to do that because you wouldn't be alive. Put yourself in this baby's shoes. It isn't even alive yet. It doesn't even know what it's here for. And you're already wanting to kill it? I think not. So, to the article. Planned Parenthood cannot resume abortions at a clinic in central Missouri after a federal judge ruled that state restrictions were not undue burdens on women seeking abortions. The clinic filed a motion in December asking for an exemption from a requirement that the clinic must have physicians with so-called admitting privileges at a nearby hospital, so the Columbia clinic could resume abortions. Now, St. Louis is the only clinic that is able to offer abortions in the state of Missouri. It's still sad that we have one in Missouri, but if you live in Jeff City and you wanted an abortion, you'd have to drive all the way to St. Louis to get one, and you might just think it's not worth it. Unless you're really set in stone, I don't want this child. Which is a sad thing. It really is. The CEO of Planned Parenthood, named Brandon Hill, said, "Let's call it what it is. Politicians ignoring medical evidence to push sexual and reproductive health care out of reach for people across Missouri. Abortions is incredibly safe, yet politicians continue to pursue restrictions that defy medical experts and make abortions as inaccessible as possible. Missourians deserve better. Why do we need abortion clinics? Why do we need the option? Why do we have the choice to kill something that we created? Like, seriously. Why would you want to do that? You know, everybody's always talking about pro-choice this, pro-choice that. Well, you made the choice to have that relationship with somebody that led up to you doing that one thing that gets people pregnant. And so you made that choice to do that, knowing that you could get pregnant from it. You know, pro-choice, choose to wear a condom. Pro-choice, birth control, choose to do that if you don't want to get pregnant. Or just choose not to have sex. Oh, I said the word. Sorry for young ears. If there are any that don't know what that is, I'm sorry. But it's truthful. If you did not want to become pregnant, you shouldn't have made that decision. Pro-choice right there. You made the choice to do something that got you pregnant. Unless there's that worst case scenario where you didn't choose to do that one thing and it was non-consensual and you got pregnant that way. Then I can understand why you wouldn't want to have that baby, but you should still have it anyway because it still deserves the right to live. It still has the right to live. Just like you, just like me, just like the other some odd billion people in this world. Everybody has the right to live. I don't think there should be a choice in not having a baby. Like, I don't think abortion should be a choice. If you don't want the baby, put it up for adoption. And I don't even think that's good enough. Like I said, you made the choice to create that thing, unless that worst case scenario and you didn't. But still, you should keep that child, whether you want to or not, because it'll turn out good for you. Most likely, you know, you'll get to be that proud person who was like, I get to look at my daughter and see she's done this, 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 and this. I can look at my son and say, I'm so proud of him. He just shot that hoop at basketball. Like, you wouldn't be able to do that if you aborted your child. You wouldn't be able to do that if you gave it up for adoption. You wouldn't be able to do any of that. So I think abortion is stupid and I think it is wrong. I think adoption is wrong. I think you should keep the child that you created from your body because it is a blessing from God. That's all I have to say on that article, so we're going to move on to the next one. But before we do that, let me ask you guys something. How do you guys honestly feel on abortions? Honestly. Tell me you don't like them. Tell me you think they're great. I'm not going to judge you any certain way. But I would honestly like to know your guys' honest opinion on abortions. Let me know in the comments, please. And thank you, because I thoroughly enjoy hearing from you guys. Anyway, we are going to move on to this next article, which is headlined, Santa Fe High Schooler rips MAGA hat and Trump banner off of a student. A student at Edmond High in Santa Fe, New Mexico, was caught on video confronting a student wearing a MAGA hat and a banner that said Trump 2020 as a cape. This incident happened on Monday. So it happened a few days ago. But it's still important for you guys to know that he was expressing himself and somebody said, yeet, nope, and totally harassed him and made him feel uncomfortable and unwelcome just because he wore a hat and a cape or a banner as a cape to school that just happened to be affiliated with Trump. Are you going to knock my hat off if it has Batman on it? Are you going to knock my hat off knock my cape off if it has Superman on it? No. Why should it matter though? That's his way of expressing how he sees things. You should not get mad at him because he sees things different than you. You can believe what you believe, and I'm going to believe what I believe, and we don't have to even cross each other's paths. Why can't I believe what I believe in, and you believe in what you believe in, and we just leave each other alone? Why can't it be like that? We totally could live in a world like that if there wasn't so much hate everywhere for the stupidest reasons. The video shows 18-year-old identified as Kenneth Dwayne confronting a white student wearing a hat and banner in what appears to be a hallway at the school. So this took place in a hallway. Take it off already, Dwayne can be heard saying in the video. Take it off or I'll rip it off. So he said he was going to rip it off before he even did it. He said, take it off or I'm going to rip it off. And he wasn't playing. It also shows the underage student, the white student, the student wearing the hat and the banner as a cape, the victim, trying to walk away, which resulted in the 18-year-old grabbing the student grabbing a hold of the banner, stopping the student from leaving and knocking the MAGA hat off his head. Dwayne started using some pretty bad language that I'm not going to repeat because it is too small, or the words are too much for small children. They're not for small ears. So, not going to say those words because it's inappropriate, and this is a kid's show, it's not infographic news for kids for nothing. He also started calling him the other student names, which are also not appropriate. That ended up resulting in the student that did all this to the Kenneth Dwayne was issued a summons for battery and assault. So that's what he was charged with. Or that's what was held against him, I should say, because it doesn't say if he was arrested or not. So, quote, given that hats were allowed at school yesterday as a part of a fundraiser, there was no specific dress code violation. Well, then everything should have been just fine. If he wasn't violating the school dress code, I don't know if it would matter if he did violate the school dress code, because I know some schools have it and they enforce it, and I know some schools that have it and don't care that they have it and let the kids wear whatever they want. Like at my school, there's a dress code for a reason, and it's to keep things appropriate. Yet you can walk around my school half naked if you wanted to and the teacher's not saying anything to you. You know, you could walk around in your underwear and a t-shirt. Nobody would say anything to you unless you were a girl. And then they'd ask you, where are your pants? Maybe. But from what I've seen, they don't really care about the dress code. Anyway, just saying. There was no dress code violation. And I'm just saying it may not have mattered even if it was, just because some schools enforce it and some schools don't. But anyway, back to the article. The school's spokeswoman Susan Parks Schlepp. I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name. It's spelled pretty strange, but I think it's Schlepp, and it's Schlepp. She said that in a statement. The student's choice to grab a classmate's property and knock his hat off, however, did violate the school's discipline policy, and she said that this incident should be handled swiftly and immediately. I agree with her. I feel like there was no reason for this guy to get all offensive and rah, 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 rah. Like, I don't understand why people do that. Like, it's not hurting you, is it? Like, is my hat hurting you? Is my hat hurting your little feelings? Is my hat hurting your feelings? I'm so sorry. Please forgive me for wearing my MAGA hat. Get over yourself. Like, if it's hurting your feelings, just ignore that I have it on my head. Pretend it's something else. No, don't do that, because that can end up bad too, because people compare them to some pretty bad stuff. I think it's absolutely retarded that this took place. I feel like it's absolutely retarded that it took place in a school. And I feel like the entire thing is absolutely retarded. Like, let the guy wear his hat and cape. Like, it's not hurting you, is it? Like, honestly, is it hurting you that badly to where you have to start cussing at him and calling him inappropriate names and ripping his stuff and yanking it off his head? Like, is it really hurting you that bad? Like, is there something wrong with you? Like, question mark? Anyway, that article was found on Breitbart, and if you're interested, you can read it and watch the video, because I'd say watch the video. Anyway, even if you weren't interested, I'd still advise you to watch the video because it is an important video. But I'm gonna move on to the next article. This one was found on Drudge Report, and it is headlined, Ed Sheeran and Ariana Grande songs dubbed pornographic. Ooh. And banned in Indonesia. A selection of Western pop songs, including Ed Sheeran's Shape of You, have been banned in Indonesia's West Java province after they were deemed to be pornographic. West Java's Broadcasting Commission has singled out 85 tracks, including 17 pop Western songs, for containing adult content. Two other songs that I'm sure many of you have heard were also deemed inappropriate and containing adult content, and they were Love Me Harder by Ariana Grande and That's What I Like by Bruno Mars. I can see the Bruno Mars one. I haven't heard the Love Me Harder song, or at least I don't think I have. But I can see why they'd say the That's What I Like song can be deemed pornographic or containing adult content, because it does say sex by the fire at night. So I can totally see why they wouldn't want people to listen to that just because of its content and its inappropriateness. But at the same time, it's a song, and he says it so fast, like I didn't understand that's what he was saying until I actually read the lyrics. I thought it was "We Stretch by the Fire at Night." But I was wrong. It's "Sex by the Fire at Night," and I can see why they'd want it to be banned because it is inappropriate, and it makes sense to me, but to you guys, it may just be like, what? What? Like I said, I've never heard the "Love Me Harder" song by Ariana Grande, but I know her music has gone an entirely different direction, so it wouldn't surprise me because she's got some pretty inappropriate things going on in her videos and her lyrics. So, yeah. So I can see why they'd want to get rid of Ariana Grande as well, because she has changed completely, and I'm not sure if I like it, because I liked it better when she was Cat on Victorious, or Cat on Sam and Cat. I liked it much better when she was acting to be innocent and sweet, and now that she's blown up and she's huge, a lot of it has changed, and I dislike it a lot. So I can see why they'd want to ban Ariana Grande, and I can see the Bruno Mars song, and I can somewhat see the Shape of You song, but not really, because it doesn't really talk about too much, but I'm in love with your body. Last night she was in my room. My bed sheets smell like you. Like, I don't really understand it. It doesn't get into too much graphic detail or anything. Like, there are much worse songs than the Shape of You song. Really, there are. So, that I feel like the Shape of You one is a little bit different. I don't really agree on the Shape of You song. I don't really feel like they should ban that song just because it's not bad or anything, but that's just my opinion. You guys might be like, no. He's got that one song that's inappropriate, and it is the Shape of You song. You might do that, but I don't really see it, and I don't really listen to Ed Sheeran that often, so that's also saying something. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think it's crazy? Yay? Nay? It's just stupid? Let me know in the comments. But we're going to move on to this next article. 2 people were arrested after fighting over crab legs. Dun, 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 dun! We have an important announcement to make. We have just declared that these 2 people are the doofuses of the day. Dun, 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 dun! Congratulations. This took place in Huntsville, Alabama. There was a brawl at a buffet that surprised diners and a police officer. The police say 2 people were mad as they were waiting in line for crab legs. He kept cutting in line. She kept cutting in line. Those were mine. Those are mine. That's basically what happened, along with some other things that I will describe. The officer who was in the store's name was Gerald Johnson, and he said, "There is a woman beating a man. People are everywhere. Plates are shattering everywhere." So there was a fight in the food line over crab legs and butting in line. That sounds like something that would take place in my middle school. He cut in front of me, I'ma smack him in his face. He took my lunch, I'ma smack him in his face. Like, come on now. Y'all are supposed to be adults, not children. My 9-year-old brother acts better than you did. Like, come on now. He's 9. Y'all are like, what? At least 50 according to your pictures, unless your age or your looks are deceiving and you are way younger than 50. But it didn't look like it. Anyway, John Chapman, who was the man that the woman was apparently beating, was charged with disorderly conduct and was arrested for that because he cut in line and did take the crab legs and was yelling and screaming at the woman as well. And Chiquita Jenkins was arrested and charged with third-degree assault because she did put her hands on him, and she did break things and other stuff. So, yeah, they definitely made the doofuses of the day because, like I said, that sounds like something that would legit take place in a middle school. I think it's also retarded that it did take place. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think it's crazy that they got into a fight over some crab legs? Because I do. I think it's incredibly stupid, but I want to know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think. That is all the news I have for you guys today, so we are going to jump into the Bible verse, constitutional question, and a joke from Hambone the Hilarious because he is here with us today. So, the Bible verse is from the book of Joshua, and it is chapter 1, verse 7. Be strong and very courageous. Be careful to obey all the law my servant Moses gave you. Do not turn from it to the right or to the left, that you may be successful wherever you go. That is inspirational. The constitutional question for today is, what was the effect of the 24th Amendment? And now for Hambone the Hilarious' joke. He will be here to give you a joke. My good friend here, Hambone the Hilarious. What's our joke?
What kind of key cannot work to a door that has a keyhole?
What kind of key does not... Are you trying to say what kind of key doesn't, unlock a door?
Yeah.
A broken one?
A monkey.
Ah! Monkey. I totally get it. That is cute. Well, that is all we have for you guys today. I hope you like, comment, subscribe, share. We love you. He loves you.
And we want more jokes, and I'm wearing Pikachu.
Okay, you dork. That is all we have for you guys today. Like I said, please like, comment, subscribe, share. We love you. Have a fantastic Thursday, and Captain Silvertooth signing out.
Don't forget about Dinosaur Day.
Okay, you weirdo, just saying random stuff over here. Sign yourself out.
Bye.
Bye.